Do you feel nervous talking to people, especially when it's selling your services or closing a deal? Worse, maybe it's on the phone, on the webinar, or even in person. In this video, I'm going to share with you three things. Number one, how you can get rid of being nervous forever. Number two is how you can take back control when you're nervous. And number three is how to convert from being super nervous to super confident. Let's get into this. Now, being nervous, it's a normal thing, okay? I used to be very nervous in so many things I used to do, very, very normal. I'll show you in this video how to fix everything, okay? But number one thing I want to share with you is being nervous is okay. But let's now understand, why are you nervous? It comes from three reasons. Typically, okay, it says this is the foundation. Number one is when you're trying to do something and you're thinking, if you do this, what will that person say? So number one is you're thinking what others are going to say. Number two is when you don't have a skill to do something. Number three is when you're trying to bluff your way into something and you're like, what if that person catches me, right? That's what nervous is, okay? So that's why we feel nervous. It's okay. It's very, very, very normal. Being nervous sometimes actually allows you to sort of think a little bit, okay, do I need to do this? And it makes you a little bit more prepared. So if you're nervous, I want to say relax for now. I'm going to share with you how you can be confident. Let's talk about point number one, how to get rid of being nervous in the first place. You see, think of this situation is when you're saying you're talking to someone who's a client, or you're trying to close a deal or a sale, and you're nervous talking to people, right? Keep that for a side. But think about this. When you're talking to someone who's a loved one or a friend, you're not nervous at all. You're really confident. You're really happy. Even in the moments when you're like, you know what? I am myself. You're very confident, right? Remember that feeling, because the reason you're nervous in the first place is you're thinking what other people are going to say if you make a mistake. So big deal if you make a mistake. It's okay. Number two is people get nervous, and how to get rid of it is be yourself. Because you see, you want to be so perfect. Your people are there, just want to be perfect. They want to get everything so right that they forget what they're thinking, and they stumble upon words, and they mess it up. That's when you're trying to be too perfect. The answer here is be yourself. If you make a mistake talking to someone, it's okay. That's human nature. That's authenticity. Embrace that. So if you are actually entering a conversation and you are thinking, hey, what others are going to say, just ignore that, all right? Think about yourself, the feeling that when you're talking to someone you care about, you don't actually care what they're going to think. You just talk naturally. And the second part is, be authentic. It's okay to make certain mistakes, all right? So that's the first part, how to get rid of being nervous. Number two is how to take back control when you're nervous. Let's say you're talking to someone and someone's asking you all these questions and you're like, hey, how do I answer this question now? And you're thinking inside, wait, let me think. And you're sweating, your palms are wet, you're shaking, and you're like, I don't know how to answer. That feeling you remember? Now, how to get rid of that is this. At the moment when someone's talking to you and you're like, I don't know what to say, what you do here is you break the pattern. So the answer is just break the pattern and tell the person you're talking to, hey, hang on, you're talking a bit too fast. I can't follow you. To help you, can you slow down a little bit, please? See, when you do this, you're taking control of the situation, and you can breathe. Use that time to breathe. Use that time to think. Another example I'll give you is someone's actually really loud and trying to like put you down, and you'll be like, wait, hang on. Are you always this rude? Do you talk to people like this? You see, as soon as you say that, they'll be like, hang on, no, I'm not rude. You see, then you get the control back. And when you get the control back, you keep actually asking questions, keep taking control that way. So another example I'll give you, if someone actually tries to sort of talk really complicated stuff and you don't understand, and they're asking you questions, all these details which you don't have answers to, right? So what you do is you're like, hang on, there's so many questions out there, let's tackle one by one. What you've just done, you've taken control back. And when you do that, you're in control. You take charge now. So then that nervousness goes away. So try that, okay? Now, number three, which is actually quite interesting, is how do you be from nervous to super confident? And you can do this anytime you want, okay? So how do you do this is you practice. Absolutely. You practice, practice, practice. You practice till you get it right. And then you practice more till you can't get it wrong. And that's what makes practice, practice, practice permanent. Does that make sense? Now see, by just talking like this, I'm talking to you very naturally. You're listening to this video. How do you feel? You're not nervous at all. I'm not nervous at all. That's exactly how it is. We're just talking. So practice this technique. I guarantee you, you won't be nervous again with anyone. All right? Till the next video. See you later. ABC. Always be connecting.